Alright, man, so I'm just gonna try not to rage too bad in this video, but after what I saw last night, man, the fucking Jaguars, what I saw from the ones, needless to say, I really wasn't feeling it at all. Like, it really did not impress me whatsoever with what our ones did. I know we won the game and all, and that's cool, but I wanted to see more more out of our starters, because really it did not look good. Like, offensively, I know some guys had good games. Like Lake Bortles seemed like he was okay. A-Rob had a good catch. Alan Hearns was making a couple catches. Julius Thomas and T.J. Yeldon had a nice run, but real shit, the offensive line as a whole looked fucking horrible. Like, terrible. I mean, Kelvin Beachum in his return looked solid, but everybody else, like, we couldn't run the ball worth, other than like one or two runs, we couldn't run the ball worth the fuck. And then Luke Joe, oh god, this fucking guy. Luke Jokel is like probably the biggest piece of human waste on our fucking team right now. Like two plays in, Geno Atkins put him on his ass. I mean, and that's not to take anything away from Geno Atkins or Carlos Dunlap or anybody on that front four of the Bengals. They're all fucking beasts, but at the same time, they all pretty much made Luke Jokel the bitch. I mean, the bitch was going down faster than a fucking $5 hoe. I hope this bitch. I mean, he would have just did what they wanted to. Like, they push him down. I was surprised he didn't turn over and asked it and try to get him to stick his dick in there. Like he fucking turned over like, yes sir, please take it. Fucking terrible. Like, this dude, like, this guy's fucking trash as shit. Better not go to jail, because by the time he gets out, they're gonna be fitting 3 dicks at one time in his ass and 2 in his mouth. Luke Jokel looked fucking horrendous. The move needs to be made. They really need to cut this motherfucker. Like, how this dude was the number 2 overall pick, I will never fucking figure out. Like, how did you make it this far when you are this fucking trash? Like, you sucked at right tackle, you sucked at left tackle, you're sucking ass at left guard, and shit, if they plug you in at right guard or center, you're probably gonna fucking suck there too. It's over for his ass. I know people have this or that to say, like, oh, he's a first round draft pick, you gotta give him a chance. How many more chances do you want to fucking give him? On some real shit, like, that whole 2013 draft class, with the exception of Jonathan Cyprien, Luke Bowanko, and Demetrius McCray, they're both 2 decent backups, and Cyprien is a solid starter. And I know some people are going to disagree with that with Cyprien, but for real, I think he's very unfairly judged. He hasn't had a good free safety his entire career, and for the most part of his career, we've had trash as fuck cornerbacks. I mean, what do you expect when Dwayne Grotz and fucking Alan Ball and whoever the fuck else we had back then was playing? There's a reason Cyprien is the lone survivor in that secondary from his draft class. He was playing with trash ass players, but I will say this for him: we're gonna find out a lot about what his ass is about this year, because the excuse of having a shit secondary is gone now. Jalen Ramsey's there. Prince Amukamara is there. Tashawn Gibson is there. Now, this is the time where your ass needs to step up and start making some fucking plays on Sunday. And not just being up there between 70 and 90s hackles like he usually is every year. He needs to start making some fucking pass breakups, interceptions, all that shit. But as far as the rest of that class, you know, Jokel, fucking Dwayne Grotz, Ace Sanders, that piece of shit's not even there anymore. Denard Robinson. Forget who the fuck else, but that class was just fucked. You need to just cut ties with all of them. With the exception of Cyprian, Polanco, and McCray, just get rid of the motherfuckers, because the shit is just, it's unbearable with some of them. Now, is it the worst draft class we've ever had? Oh, fuck no. Not even close. Well, I shouldn't say not even close, but you could put up there, my opinion, it's a toss-up between the year we drafted Blaine Gabbert, because the only good thing we got out of that was Cecil Shorts, and he's not even on the fucking team anymore. And the year we drafted Derek Harvey, which I'm pretty sure no one from that class is still on the team. But Dave Caldwell's 2013 draft class, not far behind those two. It's a toss-up between those two, which one for who's the worst. And of course, Gene Smith, that stupid alcoholic-looking motherfucker, he couldn't draft worth a fuck. And now, I will say it will probably go down as one of Dave Caldwell's worst draft classes of his entire career being a general manager when it's all said and done. Because fucking Luke Joke, oh god, God's unbearable much. Now, another thing too. Now I know I'm not at practice, but I don't know what's going on with Mackenzie Bernardo, but he cannot be as fucking bad as Joke. He just cannot be. Like whatever. I think it was, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't really see him fuck up too much, and I think he had that good block that got the fuck's his name, 29. Is it Joe Banyard? I think that's his name, but yeah, got him his touchdown. That dude had a pretty fucking good night too, so we might have something with his ass. And there were guys that stood out had a good night. Miles Jack played beast as fuck. Yannick Ngakoue had a good night. He had another sack, even though AJ McCarron fucking fumbled and he just got the credit for it. But still, he was getting some decent pressure. So Hayes Pillard, even though he fucked up on that thing where he lined up as the fullback, but he made up for it with that pick six. Which, by the way, I think that call was fucking bullshit. That little Christopher Walken ass looking fucking referee that was there last night. Now, I can understand about reporting eligible if like you're an offensive lineman going on that tight end spot where they sneak out and shit. Like that I can understand, like where you would have to report as eligible. But why the fuck would Hayes Pillard have to report eligible just because he's lined up in the fullback spot? When you pass from a goal line set, the fullback usually is going out on a pass route anyway. So why did he need to report eligible? I don't understand that shit. But anyway, that fucked it up for us. And that defense, that didn't get much better either. Like 14 points for a half is decent, but for real though, Giovanni Bernard was fucking murdering our entire defense. It's like every time he would touch the ball, he'd get 10 yards here, 20 yards there. Motherfucker was just killing us. I mean, we gotta do a better job with shit like that. Now, if we're gonna be a playoff team, which I think is a strong possibility because the rest of the AFC South is trash, and I think we got enough roster talent to do it if it's put together right. But if we're going to get to the playoffs, teams like the Bengals, we're going to have to contend with. You know, the Bengals, even though they can't win in the fucking playoffs, the last, I think it was 3, 4, maybe 5 years, correct me if I'm wrong, they've been to the fucking playoffs. They've gotten there. And see, it's teams like that we're gonna have to fucking beat to establish ourselves as playoff contenders. Now, and I hate to say it like this, but if we play like this against the Packers, they're going to fucking kill us. Like literally fucking murder us. I think we'll get it together and put out a better performance by then. I think this shit's going to be a wake up call to them, and I don't know, maybe some of the guys were going half ass or some shit, but if we put this kind of effort against Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the Packers, especially on defense, Clay Matthews and company, they're going to fucking murder us. So they need to get that shit corrected. Play calling and coaching in general has got to fucking improve, because honestly, the offensive play call, like, it reminded me of some shit Jeff Fish would be doing, because it was like everything was like little dink and dunk shit, and like they weren't letting Bortles take any shots, and it was just bland and vanilla as fuck. And then you had one little trick play. That's basically a Jed Fish called game. I mean, Greg Olsen, I mean, like last year got a little aggressive with the offensive play call, which, you know, ended up benefiting us, but he's got to revert a little bit back to last year and not Jed Fish from 2014. Because the shit I seen last night with that play call, it was just fucked. And Gus Bradley, man. You know, people have this or that to say about him, and you know, I've tried to be patient when I don't want to be that fucking guy like, oh, fire this bitch, he's not winning or anything like that. Because granted, we've had some shit rosters since Gus Bradley's been here. But now, we know we have talent. We have a beast as fuck quarterback with the best receiver combo in the NFL, in my opinion. And then we made a lot of improvements on defense. There is no fucking way that you should not be able to win some games. I mean, forget the positivity shit sometimes and getting these players' asses to tell them to get on their fucking job and start doing shit. Taking motherfuckers out for ice cream after losses, you know, that shit's gotta stop. Because now, we as fans and the ownership is expecting some fucking wins out your ass. I mean, this shit needs to stop, and we need to get some fucking wins. So, you gotta turn off the positivity or cut the music off at practice or some shit to get in these motherfuckers' asses a little bit to start doing some fucking good shit. So, I mean, I can't really think of much else to touch on, but you know what, man? We really gotta get our shit together before Green Bay gets here, cause last night's effort, they ain't gonna cut it. It's just not. So, Bradley, getting your fucking players' asses, or you gonna get a whole lot. Because if you if you start off like 0-4, 0-5 or some shit, you gonna get a hell of a lot of people jumping off the Gus bus, and you're probably gonna lose your fucking job. So, get your shit together, man. Real shit. Anyway, man, we'll check week one. Hopefully we make some adjustments and get this shit together. Cause what I seen last night is any indication, which I really hope it's not, just because it's a fucking preseason game. But if last night is any indication, it's not gonna be good, especially when we play really good teams like the Packers, like the Broncos. Like, fuck else we got that's real good? Like the Raiders. So, get your shit together, man. It's your boy Jagging off, checking the fuck on out. Go Jags.